So today we're going to look at two factors in estimating a family's net cost for college. The first thing is looking at the FAFSA forecaster tool. The whole purpose of the forecaster tool is to get an idea, to get an estimate of your family's expected family contribution, which is often used the acronym EFC. So I'm going to actually go to fafsa.edu.gov, and if I scroll down, I will be able to click on the link that says Thinking About College. Use the FAFSA forecaster to see how your federal student aid can help you pay for college. So I'm going to collect, I am a U.S. citizen. I am just going to put in some generic dates for my date of birth, my marital status, as the student is single. If you're married, it definitely brings down your opportunity for financial aid. I've never gone to college. It's going to be my first year, and I haven't filed any taxes recently because I'm a student and I'm going to school full time, and I'm in AP courses, I'm in extracurriculars, so I really haven't spent any time working. And I am a legal resident in Florida. Oops, I forgot a zero. So it will let you know when you make errors. And I skipped this question. They want to make sure that you do not have any dependents, or do you have people or children who depend on you. But for this student, they have no dependents, so they would put no. And then it would scroll down and put none of the above also. Again, this is all about determining your eligibility. So now it's the parent information. The parents are married. I'm just going to put in some ages. There are 3 people in the household. 1 student will be in college. They have not recently filed their taxes. They make about $65,000 together, and they both reside in the state of Florida. You would put the state in which the primary guardian or parent in which the student lives with, what state do they reside in? Now, based on this information, they have assumed that this family has $35,795 in assets. If that estimate is wrong, all you have to do is click on the box to change that amount. And say they only have $10,000 saved. They have no other real estate. You do not list your primary residency as an asset, so that's 0. And they currently do not own or operate investment firms or a business, so that would be 0. If you do, this is where you would put those numbers in, and I would encourage you to overestimate versus underestimate so you have a better idea of what your family's EFC will be. The parents reside in Florida. They have not filed their taxes recently because the FAFSA is open up in October, and they're trying to get a head start. The student's income, again, student did not work, 0. Their assets are now, if you notice here, even though the student did not have any income, the FAFSA is assuming the student has some gifts, someone gave him some money over his years of life, and he should have at least $1,800. Again, if he doesn't, you're going to click this box and say the student's assets are $100 or whatever he has in savings, checking, or in cash. Student doesn't own any investment, and the student doesn't have a business. Again, if your circumstances are different, you're going to put in different numbers. And this student, again, resides in the state of Florida. Press submit. Now, you can, at this point, put in a college Click on College Navigator. Find out the cost of tuition and room and board for the college or university you're interested in, and any estimates you think you may receive in grants or scholarships. But again, this is just an estimate. You're not real sure, but you can put those things in order to get an idea of what your family estimated financial aid would be. So I'm just going to put in Columbia University. I'm going to underestimate their tuition at $45,000 a year. I don't think I'm going to get any Pell Grants, so I'm going to leave that empty. And Columbia has a pretty good program in terms of grants, so I'm going to assume the student may get $14,000 in college grants. Haven't received any responses from scholarships, so maybe there might be some local ones where you get at least $1,000, and the average federal work study is $1,465. We're going to leave direct loans alone for now because we really don't want to pay any loans at this time. So we put in all our eligibility. We press the calculate button. It calculates the cost of the college, total financial aid, and the difference. Once you get the difference, you'll notice here is my EFC, $9,306. So as a family, you want to write down that estimate when you go visit different university and colleges websites, and that's going to be the next portion. We're going to go visit Palm Beach Atlantic University and use their net cost calculator to determine what your net cost would be in attending that university. All right, so we're at the Palm Beach Atlantic University. This is a Christian-based university right in West Palm Beach, Florida. And I love the way they have the layout for their financial aid. By law, all colleges and universities are supposed to have a net cost calculator so that parents can be informed of the real cost of attending that university. So we're going to go right to financial aid. And we're going to stroll down and you will see it. Net price calculator. I love the fact that they have it as the first option. They want their parents and students to be informed. Net price calculator. Now I have two options. Most of us are freshmen, or we are about to be freshmen. So we're going to click on first time freshman. And at any point, if you have any questions, most universities will also provide a phone number for further clarification. So you're going to put in those standardized test scores, because standardized test scores qualify you for many institutional scholarships or merit-based scholarships. This student had 1150 on their SAT. They do not have any other paper SAT they wish to submit. They did not take the ACT, and they had a 3.7 while in high school. They are U.S. citizen, and they have legal residency in Florida. So now they're going to show us what scholarships we qualify for. At this time, you qualify for a Dean Scholarship, which is $15,000. If you would like this emailed to you, this university is making that option available, which may be a great way to keep track of the net price calculators in the colleges or universities you have visited. But for today, I'm just going to calculate my financial aid. So this is a grant-based program. It's like a scholarship, but it's a scholarship offered by the institution. These questions are optional. They may want to send you information. You do not have to fill it out. And then I'm just going to continue. So now I went to the FAFSA forecaster so I could come up with an estimate of my family's expected family contribution. So I'm going to put $9,306. And I'm going to submit that. I need to know the age of the student. Age is 17. Is the student married? No. Does the student support any children? No. And the student is not in the military or active service. Very important. If you live off campus with your parents, they will not give you any support for tuition and board. So when filling it out, I would just put on campus or off campus, not a parent's home, just to see how much more you would qualify total. And so this student is going to live on campus, and now we can get a picture of what the net costs are. So the top portion lists the tuition and fees, room and board, books and supplies, and transportation or personal items. Total cost per year to go to this university is $46,594. Now, they've also estimated what scholarship or gifts would be given in order to help defer that cost. Now, the first one is empty financial aid because, again, by filling out the FAFSA, the financial aid will be awarded through the FAFSA, especially if it's need-based. So this is open because this student may actually qualify for a lot of financial aid, but they don't put that in the net cost because that is a big variable, and they choose just to be a low estimate versus a high estimate. We have the Dean Scholarship. We have some Florida-based grants just by being a student in Florida attending a private university, and then assistant award. Many universities, especially private institutions, will offer other scholarships. And remember, when you look at these numbers, think of these numbers, this money being offered to you every year. That's one of the biggest difference in getting funding for colleges, trying to maximize the institution's financial aid. What scholarships are they offering? Because their offers are for 4 years versus sometimes when you apply for a scholarship through an agency or private nonprofit organizations, it's often just a one-time use scholarship. So those are really, really critical in determining the overall cost for 4 years. So the total aid would be $22,000, which would leave the net cost of attending this school per year at $24,194. Again, we haven't put need-based financial aid in there or Pell Grants or loans, but this is just a snapshot to help you and your family determine, is this an affordable option for me and my son or my daughter? So this has been brought to you courtesy of Campus Insights, visionary guidance to college success.